What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today, hey, we've got the fifth game of the Asia Cup. Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, will they get the win with just 4 deliveries remaining? What a game of cricket this actually was. An amazing atmosphere, support of both countries, some really good batting, some solid bowling, to be fair, some solid bowling, if that's a nice way to put it. There was some... Look, we'll get into it in a moment's time, but hey, if you guys are new, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, do all that good stuff right now. We're going to get straight into this game. Of course, this was the game to decide who would join Pakistan in the Super 4. So Sri Lanka, I mean, they get the W, and it's going to be Sri Lanka who will join. Actually, hold on, let's make sure that I am not talking shit, and that will actually happen, because I don't want to say that and then it actually doesn't happen. So, okay, good. Yeah. So the Super 4 officially, yeah, it's done. Sri Lanka will play Afghanistan, which you would think Afghanistan get the win there, but obviously Pakistan, Hong Kong is tonight. So hey, Sri Lanka book themselves a spot into the Super 4. And hey, let's get into the review. We're going to make it a quick one. We're not going to drag this one on. We're just going to talk about the key points of this game and where it went right and wrong for both teams, and speak about the upcoming Super 4 games. Exciting. Big stuff coming on here in the cricket community. Player of the match was that man Kusal Mendis, 60 off 37. Unfortunately, didn't get to finish the game off for Sri Lanka, but he was the reason they probably win this game. He was exceptional with the bat, so I think this win is on him. This win was, I'd say, 2.5 quarters worth of him. I mean, that was an inspirational knock when no one else was really doing anything with the bat. No one else could make any runs. Like, you know, everyone was making runs, but it was, 22 off 30 or something. It was slow run rate. And then the man Kusal Mendis said, I'm not going to have this shit. We're sending everything to the boundary. And he played an incredible knock, and one that gets them over the line. All right, into the scorecard. Bangladesh into bat first. I mean, they get a target of 183. If you told Bangladesh before the game that they're going to score 183, they would have taken that every single day of the week. So actually a really good score. Hedi Hassan, 38 off 26, started well. He got bowled by the great man Hasaranga. Sabir Rahman gone for 5. Shakib Al Hassan, the skipper, he gets promoted up to number 3. Unfortunately, goes for 24. He never really looks that comfortable at the pitch. For Shakib Al Hassan, yeah, I don't really know what's next for Shakib. He's been such a great player for the last decade in world cricket, and especially for Bangladesh, but I don't know. Is it time for Bangladesh to look for a new captain, or like maybe a new young up-and-coming leader? Because I don't know. I just don't think Shakib Al Hassan is cutting the job anymore. He goes for 24. Mishfiq Rahim, he goes for 4 as well. Shakib went for 24. Afif Hussain, I mean, this little partnership here between Hussain and Mahmudullah, he finds himself 39 off 22, 4 4s and 2 6s. Really, really helpful. And then Mahmudullah, 27. You get Mosaddeq Hussain as well, who leaves himself not out, 24 off 9, if you don't mind. 4 4s, a strike rate of 266. So just some important late runs here for Bangladesh. I mean, they're probably looking at 165, 160, and then some, a surge of late runs from the man Mosaddeq Hussain, and they get over the line of 180. They would be pretty happy with that. They would have been very, very, very happy with that. The Bangladeshians, let's go. The Sri Lankan bowlers, Dilshan Martushung... Wait, hold on. Hold on. 1 second, I'm going to get this right. Dilshan Shankar. Dilshan Marushankar. There we go. I got it. He took 1 for 26 off 4. And you guys know we like to be educational over here. Was this his debut? I think. Yeah, it was. So he debuted last night as well. which is a big game to debut in. He's only 21 years of age as well, the young Sri Lankan. So, I mean, there's no Dustmartha Chamira. They needed an extra bowling option in there as well. So a really important, 4 overs there from him. Mahesh Theekshana, 1 for 23 off 4. He was awesome. I mean, you look at the figures and you think, okay, he bowled pretty well. He bowled a lot better than that. Was really unlucky not to have 2 to 3 wickets by the end of this game. Ashitha Fernando, 1 for 51 off 4. Yeah, so was this his debut as well? Yeah, I think he was there. Did he debut as well? I think he might have debuted as well, because it doesn't have him, on his statistics here, having ever played a T20. So, was this his debut as well? Gee whiz, I mean, Sri Lanka, they were just not giving a shit, were they? They just put out half of their debutant team, and it worked. Hasaranga, 2 for 41 off 4, and the man Chamika Karunaratne, 2 for 32 off 4 as well. So, look, a pretty tempered bowling, but really solid batting from Bangladesh. It's a lot more impressive than what we saw against Afghanistan. They look like they came in with a plan at least to just not go from ball one. They kind of settled. They had a fifth Hussain and Mahmudullah just kind of settled down. Well, not settled down in the runs making, but they just needed someone who could hit the fucking ball. Like, they just needed someone who could middle the ball and then take some, pressure off the batsman. It was, But solid batting there from their middle order. But Sri Lanka, they get the job done with 4 deliveries remaining. Great game of cricket. A great game of cricket. If you haven't watched the highlights, I recommend going to do so. A great game. Parthum Nissanka, he goes for 20. Kusal Mendez, the man of the match. Even though he opened, he only got to face 37 effing deliveries, and he opened. Have you guys ever seen that before? Imagine opening the batting, you get 20 overs to bat, and you only get to face 37 deliveries. Incredible, but he made them all count. He got 60 runs, 4 fours, 3 sixes, top scorer for the game. In my opinion, probably man of the match, so he was really good. I mean, if he was given another 15, 20 deliveries, he probably almost would have made a century. So, I think Sri Lanka, they just had to realise, though, they probably had to rotate the strike a little bit more, but that's okay because they won. Lanka, he went for 1. Gunatilaka, he went for 11. Rajapaksa, he went for 2. So you're thinking here, oh shit, hold on, Sri Lanka, they look like they're about to collapse. This is a classic Sri Lankan move where, one guy is going well and the rest of the team just fucking falls apart. Luckily, the skipper, Dasun Shanaka, 45 off 33, saved the day, really. If he did not come out there and at least try and build a partnership out there, they would have been effed. Really, really important knock from the skipper. Him and Mendes just win this game for their country, and it's a big moment for Sri Lankan cricket, because if they didn't make it through to the Super Fours, I think some people would have been thinking about what's next for Sri Lanka. I mean, if you can't even make the top 4 in the Asia Cup, then is there any hope for you? But they make it through just. Hasaranga, he went for 2. Karunaratne with some important late runs, 16 off 10. Mahesh Theekshana, probably one of the greatest knocks you'll see in cricket history. None off 2. Very inspirational. And Ashitha Fernando as well. 10 off 3, not out. 2 fours as well. So, Sri Lanka, they get the W. They move on. Right, the Tiger bowlers. Fiz Rahman, 1 for 32 off 4. Taskin Ahmed, 2 for 24 off 4. Bowled very well. Shakib Al Hasan. Again, this is what I'm talking about with the skipper. I don't see it anymore with Shakib. If I was Bangladesh, it's time to move on. Like, you can leave him in all your, you can play him in every white ball cricket game, but I think it's time for a new captain. I don't know who else agrees with me, but I mean, I think it's time for change or something. None for 31 off 4 is just not good enough. Ibadat Hussain, 3 for 51 off 4. Mehedi Hassan, 1 for 30 off 22. And the other Mehedi Hassan, none for 11 off 1. So, hey, Sri Lanka, they take the win. Get there just in the end. It was looking a bit dangerous. It was looking like, oh shit, Sri Lanka might actually fall a bit short here. But they had some late runs, important from the skipper, and they get the W. So hey, the Asia Cup, it's forming. We have the Super Fours in place. Well, of course, we need to see the result of Pakistan and Hong Kong tonight. What's the predictions looking like? Wow. Okay. 96% for Pakistan. Just a mere 4% for Hong Kong. Yeah, that probably makes sense. And if anything, I think Hong Kong are a bit lucky to have 4%. But you never know. This is T20 cricket. You take early wickets or you make lots of early runs. Anything can freaking happen in this format of cricket. So don't you dare rule out the mighty Hong Kong just yet. But hey, the Super Fours formed up. You're going to have, of course, they're all going to play each other. And then the top two out of that will then play in the final. So, I mean, it's getting exciting. It's getting to the book end of things. So we at least get to see India, Pakistan once more. And then we might even see them play again in the final. Who knows? So this could be interesting stuff right now. We might be about to see the greatest, Asia Cup finish ever. So you just never know. Exciting stuff. Sri Lanka get the win. Pakistan, Hong Kong tonight to decide who plays India in the Super 4. Hey, that's going to cap it off. I hope we all enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next one.